Since the first millennium, European Western civilization was run by Christians and by strong Christian leaders. And a century ago, there were still strong Christian leaders in Europe, and we know what happened to them. It was the monarchies in Russia, it was a monarchy in Germany, in other countries. And what happened? All of them fell in the war. And what came out after World War II was a completely different kind of system. Now you have in the universities, in the media, in Hollywood, in finance, in government, and some people say, well, they're not all Jewish. It's like, okay, well, it's half, or 2/3, or 3/4. What's the other quarter? What's the other third? What's the other half? It's not Catholics. It's not hardcore God-believing Christians. It's all kinds of other atheists, nihilists, postmodernists, whatever you want to call it. And so I don't want to say, hey, let's all attack one group, but there's a big problem when the leadership isn't Christian. We have big problems as a society when the people aren't Christian. What happens when the king and queen aren't Christian? What happens when the aristocracy isn't Christian? What happens when the cities and the business owners aren't Christian? Well, take a look around you. It's exactly what we have now. And so many of the problems that we can point to, which are blamed on various things, ideology, government, on other groups or populations, can be attributable to the loss of faith and the loss of any kind of adherence to an objective morality. It's not about me, and it's not about Hitler, it's about Jesus Christ. And it's about what kind of universe do we live in, what country do we live in, and who are we as individuals, and how and why do we make the decisions we do. Because if you're not making your decisions based on a true faith in God and a conviction that our thoughts, words, and deeds matter, that there's moral weight to them, that they resonate and echo through spiritual dimensions. If you don't believe in that, what's motivating your decisions? Why are you getting up every day and why do you do what you do? Because I think that if you look at the people running Hollywood or running the porn industry or running addictive social media or in Wall Street, they're not guided by that kind of faith. Insofar as you've got non-Christians running the government and running the institutions, you have not solved the problem. There's also something within this Christian message which has got to be different. This is real Christianity. This is not that hippy-dippy, hey man, we're just trying to get along with everybody. We live in a moral universe. There are rules. There are moral rules. You have to follow them. You have to actually believe them. It's also not good enough to believe in the rules insofar as they make a rich, prosperous society. You've got to believe in them for their own sake. You've got to believe in God truly in your heart of hearts. Anything less is unacceptable. Here's the other thing. So often we as conservatives, I would say even Christians, the message is always something like, we gotta go back. It used to be so different. Remember when? I don't call myself a conservative anymore. I don't call myself even a traditionalist because history doesn't repeat. We can't go back to the past. That's what people always say, isn't it? They say, can we really go back? And the answer is, whether you're conservative or liberal, right wing or left wing, the answer is no. We're never going back. It's done. It's gone. All of that is gone. But I would call myself something like a Christian futurist instead, because Jesus Christ was our past before any of us were born or conceived. Jesus Christ is our present now, and Jesus Christ is our future after we die on earth. And it's not about we need to make it the 40s again or the 30s or the 1800s or we want this century to be the most Christian century in the history of planet Earth. We don't want to talk about Constantinople. We are going to build new cities. We will conquer new lands, invent new technology. It's going to be the young people creating new Christians, getting married, having kids, raising the new country that we will create. And here's the difference. The people that you see out there that I debate when I go on these shows, whether it's Destiny and his open marriage, or it's these girls on these shows and they talk about their baby daddies, the difference has got to be this. We have got to be willing to die for Jesus Christ. We have to want it more than they do, because if there are thousands and millions and tens of millions and hundreds of millions of Christians ready to meet their final destiny, whether it's fire, death, whatever, and take it, because we believe in God, then nothing can stop us, and nothing will.
And you, my Father, there on the sad height, do not go gentle into that good night. Rage, rage against the dying of the light.